sprinkle this morning to give Mother Nature a little bit of a helping hand. Now, before I do this, let me give you a little bit of history on the phenomena of the Lady Knox geyser. Now, this phenomenon was discovered 100 years ago. And 100 years ago, our lovely lady here looked nothing like this. She looked more like the scintillate you see behind me here, with the small manuka tree growing from it. Now, the story goes something like this. Now, 100 years ago, New Zealand was unfortunate enough to have its first open prison. That open prison was situated a quarter of a mile away from us. Now, those prisoners, their labour was used for clearing this scrub-like plant around us, this manuka and carnuka, in order to make way for the planting of these pine trees you see behind me here. Now, at the time the prisoners planting these pine trees, this was the largest man-made forest in the world, the Kaingaroa forest. So you can imagine, after a hard day of clearing scrub and planting pine trees, our prisoners got rather dirty. And facilities for these prisoners was limited. They certainly didn't have hot showers or washing machines, as perhaps prisoners do in this day and age. But being typical Kiwis, these prisoners were rather innovative. They knew about this clearing here with this hot spring. One day, a group of prisoners wandered down armed with carbolic soap and scrubbing brushes. The prisoners stripped off their clothes and started to wash their clothes in the mouth of the geyser. The next thing that happened was their clothes went skyward, they got a heck of a fright and ran through the bushes. Now, over time, we've discovered exactly what the prisoners did. In this little brown bag here is 300 grams of a biodegradable surfactant, which I'll add to the geyser now. No, not just yet. So I've got enough time to explain to you what's happening underneath the ground at this very point in time. Like all geysers, beneath me is a reservoir. This particular reservoir contains approximately 27,000 litres of superheated water. Hey, get back down, you're not supposed to do that just yet. We need to use our imaginations about this reservoir beneath me. It's actually divided into two chambers. Now, the deepest seated chamber has water well in excess of 150 degrees Celsius. What stops that water from going into a constant eruption is the chamber of water directly beneath my feet, the upper chamber. Now, the water in that chamber does not exceed boiling point. So if you can imagine, our upper chamber is actually acting like a lid or a blanket, allowing a superheated water to circulate freely underneath. Now, by me dropping 300 grams of soap or surfactant into the mouth of the geyser, that soap is dispersing itself along our upper chamber of water. And what it is doing to that water is breaking the surface tension or softening the water, which allows our superheated water underneath to expand and mix with the cooler water on top. As this happens, the two extreme temperatures of water flash to steam. And with that flash of steam, hopefully in a few moments' time, we'll have ourselves a hydrothermal eruption. Now, some of you in the audience are probably thinking to yourselves at this very point in time, hey, that's no geyser. And you'd be absolutely correct. I'm the geyser, this is a geyser. Now, if I wasn't to touch this geyser in any shape or form, it would still naturally do its own thing. Now, the natural cycle of this particular geyser is between 48 hours and 72 hours. Rather difficult to pinpoint. So for the last 80 years on a 24-hour cycle, we've given Mother Nature this little bit of a helping hand. Well, folks, I have had a shower this morning, so I'm going to move out of the way. Any backpackers in the audience that haven't, come down to the front row. I've added the soap. All you're going to need is a towel.
Lady Knox, gejzír.
Ladies and gentlemen, this initial eruption will last for 2 to 3 minutes. Then the Knox guys will play it here for the next 45 minutes to an hour and a half. How long she plays for and how high she plays for has no bearing on what has just happened this morning.